Hi guys, I'm back with another video. My special guest Josie is back in the video, but this is not what the video is about. Today's video is going to be a TV show review of Season 1 of the Rugrats revival. So let's get into it. Yes, the Rugrats revival. I've been waiting to review this series for a while. Um, so the Rugrats revival ended back in April. Yes, I should have done this review back in April, but I didn't know that the Rugrats revival released back in April of 2022. And that's why I'm reviewing it this month of May of 2022. I actually found out about it yesterday, Wednesday, when I was looking through Camp Coral and the Rugrats revival. After getting done watching the Sonic movie, Sonic 2, which go check that out. I have a movie review of Sonic 2. But anyway, so the Rugrats revival came out last month. I watched it, the rest of the episodes yesterday. I don't like how Paramount Plus actually released the show. So they just released a bunch of episodes together. So the first batch came out in May of 2021. The second batch came out in October of 2021. And all the other episodes, the rest of them released in April of 2022. So that's why this review is a month late. Now, I know that there's some other people that have done reviews on the Rugrats revival, but they did that individually when the show was happening. I didn't want to review the show until it fully came out. It has fully came out, and I am really ready to review it. Overall, what's my opinion of the show? I think it's a good show. At the beginning, there was stuff that I didn't like about it, but over time, I got over it. The first thing was the animation. At the beginning, I didn't really like the animation, but over time, I started liking it more. It's the new form and the new look for the Rugrats. The second thing is the voices. Some voices are not as good as others. But over time, I got over it. The people's voices that I didn't really like were Pops, or Pops, or Grandpop, or Grandpa. I didn't really like his voice, and I also didn't like the voice of Chaz. But every other character was spot on. I think they were good. And another thing I didn't really like is how they changed Pops. I don't like him being a hippie. That's not what his character in the original show was. In the original show, Grandpa was an old man that actually liked to sleep. He was a former war hero. And there was some interesting episodes from the original Rugrats, but now Grandpops has his own character now. He's a hippie. He probably didn't fight in the war. More of a dynamic character than he is in the original Rugrats. But over time, I got over that stuff. But the show is pretty good, and now I'm going to talk about some of the episodes. And then I'm going to end off my review. So, I think the best episode of Season 1 of the Rugrats revival is Traditions. This is episode 14 in Season 1 of the Rugrats revival. The story is about when Tommy's first Hanukkah falls on Christmas Eve. The Pickles have to jungle their traditions to make sure each feels important while also celebrating Los Paradas with Betty. So now I'm going to talk about the holidays. So Hanukkah is the Jewish version of Christmas. Why is Hanukkah significant to the Jewish people? Well, the Maccabees successfully revolted against Antiochus IV Epiphanes, according to the Talmud, or Talmud. Yeah, Talmud. Later text, the temple was purified and the wicks of the menorah miraculously burned for 8 days, even though there was only enough to spare oil for 1 day's lighting. The celebrations in Hanukkah are these: lighting candles each night, singing special songs such as Ma Oz Tuzer, reciting the whole prayer, eating foods fried in oil such as latkes and sufganiyat. I'm sorry if I say these names wrong. And dairy foods, playing the dreidel game, and giving Hanukkah galt. The other major holiday in this episode is Los Podadas. Los Podadas is a novenario, an extended devotion of prayer. It's celebrated chiefly in Latin America, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Cuba, and by Hispanics in the U.S., and it is the Mexican holiday of Christmas. Now, what do I think is the weakest episode? This would be episode 10, The Big Diff. Tommy and Chucky fear their relationship is over when Angelica says they're too different to be best friends. I don't think this is a bad episode, but I think it's an okay episode, but it is definitely the weakest of season 1 of the Rugrats revival. Because Tommy and Chucky are very out of character. Like, they would ultimately be friends no matter what. And if this was the original show, they would be friends no matter what. And they wouldn't take Angelica seriously, that Angelica telling them that they're too different to be best friends. Tommy and Chucky would not put up with it, and they would stick together through and through. And that's why Tommy and Chucky are really out of character, believing Angelica like that, because in the original show, they wouldn't do that. But they just written the characters wrong in that episode. What is a nostalgic episode? Episode 14, Traditions. This is the episode that really reminds me the most of season 1 of the Rugrats. Or not season 1, just the regular original Rugrats as a whole. It really does feel like this episode does really feel like the original Rugrats and what they were trying to do. In the original Rugrats, Tommy's family was Jewish. They had their own Hanukkah episode, and they did celebrate a few other traditions, Christmas traditions during the show. I can't remember them all, but this shows that the writers of the Rugrats revival want it to be an actually good show. What's some unique episodes? So, Rescuing Cynthia, episode 20, when Angelica accidentally leaves Cynthia doll at home, she goes on a fantastical journey to find her, but learns that everyone has forgotten Cynthia for a new pop star named Tabitha. This is a unique episode because it's more of like a dream sequence, a fantastical dream sequence where Cynthia can actually talk, and they have horses talking to humans, and that's why it's unique. It's a very different story for the Rugrats revival, but as in Rugrats as a whole. Like, I know they got Reptar, and Reptar can talk, but other than that, they don't really have anything like that. So, it's a very unique story, and I actually really like it. The next unique episode is Queen Bee, episode 21. While Randy and Lucy film a movie about bees, the babies and Angelica form a hive of their own. So in this episode, in Rugrats, they're pretending to actually be bees, and that's another unique episode. I believe it's something would happen in the original Rugrats. It's their imagination. It's them actually being bees, and that's why it's another unique episode. It's another very good episode. Like I said before, I think the Rugrats revival is pretty good. There's a lot of people that will say it's bad, but a lot of people that say it's great. I think it's pretty good. I'm happy with what they done with it. At the beginning, there was stuff I didn't like, but over time, I just got over it because I said, well, it's not real. I don't need to really be complaining about nitpick stuff. Let's just watch the show as it is. There's a lot of good episodes like Tradition, and there's weak episodes like The Big Diff. But overall, it was a pretty good season. There were some unique stories and episodes that made the show good. There were some good episodes in general, and there was also some weak episodes. In my opinion, they did really good, and they actually wanted it to be good. I don't see any bad episodes. There was some weak episodes, but they were not bad. So overall, I think the Rugrats revival is pretty good. Now, the season 1 of the Rugrats revival will be releasing on DVD on July 12th of 2022. And that's the last thing I'm going to leave on. The Rugrats revival will be getting a season 2, and I do plan on watching it. Now, I don't know how long it will actually take to come out. I don't know when it's coming out, and when it comes back on to Paramount Plus, they're going to do the same shit as last time, where they release their episode in a bunch of chunks. And it will make it hard for me because I don't know when they will release. And that's why this video is coming out a month later than it should. But, there's other good YouTubers that have reviewed the Rugrats revival, like Johnny Two Cellos and the Jay Show, and anyway, that's my review of the Rugrats revival, and if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, period.